You're perfect.
You guys give me your name,
Yep.
Name of the film,
Yep.
then elaborate on the film,
Yeah.
and then elaborate on the roles you guys played. And then toward the end of this, let us know why we need to see the film.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Megan Michelle German. I'm one of the producers of The Traveler. Oh.
Yeah, and I'm Matt Shuffler. I wrote and directed The Traveler. And The Traveler is a... Do you want me to sit here? Yep. Oh, yeah, okay. The Traveler is a Victorian ghost story. It's about a widow who is grieving through isolation. And one night she's visited by a ghost she hopes to be her husband's. And when she tries to find closure, it becomes hostile. And the film is a very, very unique and fresh take on the ghost genre that I think audiences are really going to respond to.
Yeah. What is most important that you want your audience to take away from watching?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me as a filmmaker, I think I've always kind of, when I'm making films or writing films, I think back to, those moments I had as a kid, as a teenager, as a man in my 20s, as a man in my 30s, watching films. I can kind of remember those experiences. I remember the films that I never saw coming, films like The Sixth Sense, The Others, and just those ones that kind of capture you and take you on a place. And for an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours, you forget where you are. And so for me, I try to approach filmmaking with that mindset. And my hope is that, although this is a short, for 18 minutes and 10 seconds, audience members aren't worried about where they're parked. They're not worried about what they're going to eat for dinner. They're not worried that they might be late for their babysitter. They just get to sit in a theater with 300 people and just enjoy an awesome story. And because I think sometimes that's the best experience.
Hey, how does your film relate to the moment we're in right now?
How does it relate to the moment we're in right now?
Wow, what an interesting question.
I guess that's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
I mean, I think...
Let me. How does it relate to the moment we're in right now? I mean, I will say that it feels a little bit disorienting to be, after working so hard for so long, years and years and years, to now be in a place where you're like celebrated and seen and really treated as a filmmaker is kind of incredible. And I think that perhaps the twist that Hannah experiences that we don't want to give away, perhaps it's a little bit like that, at the end of just...
I mean, I would say I agree. I mean, I think that I follow that answer completely. I think another thing is, one of the things I kind of found, we were in short block 5, and it was a very strong block, and it kind of remained. I felt myself at a certain point reminded that like the beauty of short film making, when done correctly, is you get to very quickly see a bunch of people's perspective and a world that you've never been to. I mean, I think some of the movies in feature format, they might not have the same audience, but in short format, you get to experience the life of a girl working in a firecracker factory in India, and you get to experience the life of a woman who is in a struggling marriage and is finding solace through a shortwave radio. You get to experience a girl who is a little Jewish girl on the cusp of something huge, but really wants to be a skateboarder. And those are really beautiful, profound ideas that I've never seen before. And look, maybe they work in a feature, maybe they don't. But for an hour and a half, I got to go on an awesome ride, and I got to see a million different worlds. And it doesn't necessarily relate to the time we're in now, but I think it kind of helps me cope with the world that we're in now, because these blocks at Dances with Films are so important, because I get to remind myself that humanity is a very complex thing.
I was just exactly right. I was reminded sitting in that theater, especially in our short block, which was just so extraordinary, how powerful storytelling is, the power of empathy, of truly embodying somebody else's life and living it out fully in these short spurts. Yeah. It opened my heart, and that's what great filmmaking can do. And it reminds me to do more of it,
Hey, before I let you guys go, I'll ask you a couple more questions. I had to ask you how to make a film. How do you make a film? What's your best advice?
Ooh, that's a great question. How to make a film. freaking love the script.
Yeah.
Love, love, love the script because of all of the heartache and the toil and the begging and the emailing and people not replying. You've got to, at the end, love the story. The story's got to be everything. And so marry a great person that makes a great script.
And also, what do you guys like most about dancing with films?
Ooh.
That's great. I mean, I honestly, I think the energy is very exciting. I mean, you kind of, you know it's going to be exciting when you see that your film is premiering at the TCL Chinese Theater. But I think as somebody who had not been here before, you don't realize how electrifying the experience is. You know, you walk in and like the energy is loud, it's frenetic. You're seeing the logo on every monitor. There's banners, and also I would say, you know, Lindsay, the head of shorts program, her questions during the Q&A are incredible. I mean, I think that I've never experienced it. You know, it's just questions that really make you think about your own work in a way that nobody's really asking you about. And I think that same level of intrigue you feel in just the orchestration of the festival as a whole. So I just want to say thank you so much, Dancing with Films, for letting us be on this journey with you and for showcasing our film in such a dynamic theater. It really was a great experience.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you very
so much.
Really appreciate it.
You're so wonderful.
Yeah, you're the best. Thank you. I hope it's okay.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.